Shalom. I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. And a hearty shalom to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua. Not sure what I'm going to title this lesson, but as you see on the screen, the Lord is breaking down Babylon the Great. He's tearing this system down piece by piece. Okay? Now, this article was done by the Washington Post. I believe it was released today. It doesn't have a date on it. It says millions of Americans are heading into the holidays unemployed and over $5,000 behind on rent, right? And that's the Lord, okay? It says economists say the data underscores the deepening financial disaster for many families as the pandemic continues to shut off work opportunities, leading new urgency to negotiations over a second round of stimulus that could reinstate federal unemployment insurance and rental assistance, among other forms of aid, right? So the Lord, what? He's shutting this place down piece by piece, okay? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, and verse 8. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. Yeah, ain't no more concerts going on. All right? No more wine in the streets, as it were. Okay? It reads, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. That's right. You have these mass evictions going to happen. You know, people going to be out on the street, no shelter in the middle of winter. Why? Because they have transgressed the words of Yahweh by Yahushua. Okay? Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. What is the city of confusion? Babylon the Great. That word Babylon go back to the Hebrew word Babal, which means what? Confusion. Okay? Where you step down on a woman and you got to really consider, was she born a man? Right? The city of confusion. Okay? Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in, you see? And that's what's happening. Every house is being shut up. Okay? The city of confusion is being broken down piece by piece by the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashar. Let's go back to the article. Excuse me. It says on Monday, lawmakers were working to release an outline of the latest $908 billion bill, which has some bipartisan support. The deal would restart the $300 in weekly federal unemployment in January, running through April, although details are still being worked out, congressional aides said. And what is this? Where are they gonna get this $908 billion from? Out of the thin air? Okay, that's why Scripture says, "Woe who laid of himself with thick clay." Let's go get that. All right, and that word clay goes into debt. Habakkuk 2. I want to say 5. Okay. Verse 6. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laid of himself with thick clay. Yeah. Let's look up this word. Okay. That's how you get more understanding regarding the words, you go into the original language, right? This was taught to us by our apostles and elders.
Strong's H 5671, avteet, avteet.
Okay, see, wages. It's like weight of pleasures, heavy debts. So where they gonna get this 908 billion from? Right? It's just gonna be what? More debt that they add into the system. Right? Let's read this again. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laid of himself with thick clay. Yeah, you go back to the ancient Roman Empire. One of the reasons why that empire collapsed, because it was stretched thin, okay? And its monetary system failed. This is what the Lord is doing again to Rome 2.0. Why? So he can show his power in the earth. Okay? It says, they shall not rise up suddenly. Shall they not rise up suddenly? That shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, that thou shalt be for booties unto them. Yeah, when these nations, right? Let's continue to read. Matter of fact, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Yeah, you're going to get payback. You're going to get that recompense. Why? Because you have transgressed the words of Yahweh Shah. You've taken his goodly and pleasant things into captivity. Okay? When you say that two men can be together, you casting the words of the Lord behind you. This is the most wickedest nation ever erected, the wickedest empire ever conceived. And the Lord made it that way so he can show his power. Let's see what else we can get out of this article. Excuse me. Okay, it says, the stakes are high for 20 million Americans receiving some kind of unemployment aid who have seen weekly checks dwindle since August, making it harder to pay bills. About 12 million unemployed are slated to have their benefits cut off entirely at the end of the year unless lawmakers act before then. Yeah, and they talk about, if you want this stimulus check, you got to take the jab, right? See, now let's get into some of these numbers. It says numbers of those behind on rent and utility were especially high for families with children, with 21% falling behind on rent, and among families of color, about 29% of black families and 17% of Hispanic renters were behind. See, so-called black, so-called Native Americans, you Israelites, okay? The Census Bureau reported. Now, why is the Census Bureau? That's something else that I've noticed. The Census Bureau is the one reporting on all these numbers. So when you signed up to vote, okay, they was able to use these things now to track you. You keep detailed record of you, okay? Says a separate analysis by the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia looking at people who had jobs before the pandemic, excuse me, found 1.3 million such households are now an average of $5,400 in debt on rent and utilities after those people had lost jobs and their family income plunged. See? It says a tidal wave is coming. Ooh. It's going to be really horrible for people. Charlie Hayrack, a senior attorney at the National Consumer Law Center. The number of people who are now 90 days behind and the dollars they are behind are growing quite significantly, you see? So who is doing this? This is the Lord breaking that staff. Okay, breaking that whole state. Let's go to Isaiah. Okay. It's Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4. That thou shalt take up a parable against the king of Babylon. Yeah, who's the king of Babylon? Esau, Edom. All right. What is that? Psalms. Matter of fact, let's go get it. Let's go to Psalms. It's 147. Let's see. Psalms 137, Salakia. Yeah, let's prove who the king of Babylon. All right. Yep, this is Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that reward of thee as thou hast served us, you see. So who is Babylon associated with? Esau, Edom. Let's go back to Isaiah 14. It's Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up a parable against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? How has the golden city ceased? The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashah, have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. You see? Let's look at this word scepter. This the Lord's doing. He's making all these things play out beautifully.
Strong's H 7626, Shevet, and second entry, Shevet.
There's no V sound in the Hebrew. It's Shabit. See, rod, staff, offshoot, club, scepter, tribe, no. Rod, staff, club, scepter, mark of authority. So the Lord is destroying the mark of authority. He's destroying the authority of the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Right? Let's go back. This is Isaiah 14 and 5. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepters of the rulers, yeah, their authority. Okay? He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. Yeah, we just read that in Habakkuk, where when you're gonna be spoiled and you're gonna become Buddhist to these other nations, right? Let's see what else we got in this article. We'll get a couple more precepts and we'll close it out. See, the Lord is doing these things. See that? A growing number of Americans are growing hungry. All these things are being played out at the same time. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shah. Because he's getting ready to recompense Esau Edom. Okay? Let's see. Just more of people talking about their situations, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Let's get down to the end of the article and see if we see anything else. Okay. The economic damage created by this pandemic will be many times more severe if we lose faith that the government has our back. Ooh, the government don't have your back, Zandi said, adding that it could trigger a drop in consumer confidence. But guess what? You can't heal Babylon. It's already broken. Okay? Forsake her. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. I'm going to start at verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let everyone, it's like, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies, you see. So who's doing this? The Lord, Yahweh Bashal Shah. You see, the Lord have brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, Yahweh Bashal Shah, our power. And that's what we're doing with these video epistles. We're telling you there's the Lord breaking these people down, piece by piece. Okay? What did I want? Jeremiah 50. Salakia. Let's see. Okay, this is Isaiah. Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 43. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them. The report of who? The report of the prophets out there on the highways and byways doing these video epistles, right? And his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pains as of a woman in travail. You see? So the Lord is plaguing these top elite because their plans is being revealed. Okay? Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashal Shah. He's bringing them down piece by piece. That's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. And salutations to the elect. May the blessings of election fall on your household. Till the next time I say, Shalom.